philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. This message is for those of you asking the question, what do you think the stock market is going to do?
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Well, you don't have to ask that question when you listen to my radio show, because you're going to know exactly what the market's going to do. You're going to know if the market's going to go up, you're going to know if the market's going to go down, or the market's not going to go anywhere.
Phil Grande and philsgang.com takes the worry out of investing.
Pay attention to my show, philsgang.com. It's fun, entertaining, and you get the greatest information, especially stock picks.
That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox Business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
I think we're safe because consumers are still spending despite how they feel.
Consumers are spending despite how they feel. What a dumb statement that is. Listen to this.
The numbers that we're getting on the real economy show that it's holding up remarkably well.
No, it's not.
Everything is always on the table, whether that's increases, cuts, et cetera. But the Fed's job is very straightforward. Maximize employment, stabilize prices, and maintain financial stability. That's what we're going to do. We're forward-looking about it. And so if the conditions collectively start coming in that on the through line, there's deterioration on any of those parts, we're going to fix it.
You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
They should be medicated, the Fed. It's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, they screw everything up. Good afternoon. I'm Phil Grande. Okay. I mean, in the last 2 days, we've had one hell of a rally. But we're going to get into that rally. We're going to look under the hood. Everyone believes now the rally's telling us we're going to have a soft landing. Everything's going to be wonderful. Recession's behind us. But we'll take a look at that. We're also going to take a look at some of the stocks that we bought here at Phil's Gang and the profits they're making. But let's get started with what's happened in the last 2 days. After we had that 2,000-point drop, we have what they call a short covering rally, meaning you get a big move after you get a big drop, because everybody who shorted, like ourselves, if you're making 20%, 10%, you don't get that profit unless you buy the stock that you shorted. You have to buy it back. And that's how the market goes up. So when you see these big moves in the market, it's not new money that's coming in. Very little new money is coming in this market in the last 2 days. You keep hearing buy on the dip, but you're not getting the big institutional buyer. You're getting the small retail buyer who's buying on the dip. The institutional buyer, like the hedge fund buyer, remember what happened to them? They got hit hard because they were always borrowing money from Japan at low interest rates. And then they go and they borrow the dollars, and then they would go and buy stocks. But then as our dollar keeps on getting weaker and weaker with the fake, hey, we're going to cut rates, which they've been saying now, it'll be 1 year or 2 years in October saying they're going to cut rates. During that 2 years of a promise of cutting rates, that keeps on hurting the dollar, keeps going down. And finally, Japan had to do something with their currency. That's why they raised the interest on their currency, the yen. And that's what really hurt all the hedge funds. So they got hit with margin calls. They couldn't meet the margin calls. So the problem is the rally is happening now. They're not in that rally. A lot of institutions are. But let's get to yesterday and the day before, what's going on with this robust market. So we got the retail number, and the retail number came in higher than expected, 1%. Well, that's huge, because they only expected 1/10 of 1%. I mean, to come in 1%? You got to be kidding. That's like instead of hitting a golf ball 100 yards, you hit the golf ball 700 yards. I mean, that's huge. But they're interpreting that move, that 1% is, wow, everything's good again. And then you go and you put Walmart on top of that. And same thing. They're going, wow, look at the money that Walmart's making. Look at the earnings. But wait. Always think about this. When everybody is moving to Walmart, especially the high-end consumer, and he's moving from Ralph Lauren and Dick's Sporting and other high-end retailers to Walmart, that's not good news. In fact, when Walmart is really booming, that's a bad sign for the economy, believe it or not, just the opposite. Because you have to really look under the hood and say, well, who's going there? Well, remember, 65% of their income is from grocery sales. So when you got mid and high income earners going to Walmart to buy groceries, don't tell me things are good. They're not. So when we had that number come in on retail and everybody went crazy, let's take a look at it. How'd they get to 1%? That's huge. Well, you got to remember, we had a cyber attack. And during that cyber attack, car dealers couldn't take credit for their sales that were in June. That's right. So once the cyber attack was done, then they took the June sales and pushed them into July sales. So you had this one-time huge push, a boom in sales because you took 1 month and you pushed it into the other month. So that's a one-time event, but nobody said that. Nobody's talking about that. So it looks better than it is. So they're saying, wow, is retail strong? That means the consumer is strong. God, we're wrong about this market. That's what they're saying. And that's why you're getting all this short covering, and people are buying back all their short positions. But understand, again, when Walmart is the leader, it's sending you a message. It's the economy. It's bad for the economy, okay? Because again, they're not going to Walmart to spend on discretionary items like, big TV screens or appliances, groceries. So and then we had, again, as I say, these car dealers. I mean, it looks like great numbers, but it's not. It's just not. It's just embellished. But most traders don't know that. But, and that's why I always tell my members that join my gang, I said, look, let's turn off all the noise, the TVs and the radios, all the noise. I don't want to hear from the outside world. The only thing I want to look at is volume and money flow. And the charts that we designed, which tells us if money is going in or money's coming out. Not like the generic charts you have. So to listen to the noise and you listen to what's going on in the economy, it will really screw you up. What will never screw you up if you follow the money. So if I didn't know why, okay, the market went up so much in the last 2 days, and I took a look at the money flow, it would tell me this is a very weak rally. Something's wrong. But I don't care about what's wrong. I'm looking at the money flow. And all this was for short-term trades. We call them swing trades. If you bought into this market as a long-term investor, buy on the dip, you're going to get hurt. So we purchased at the end of the day when the market hit it. Here, I'll show you my chart. When the S&P hit this low right here on August 5th, and you can see how the chart is red. See that? That's telling you that you just have, again, the retail customer in there. That's all. It hasn't turned green because there's not enough money going. What happens is this. When you sell short and you're making money going down, you're betting, you're saying, hey, you know what? I believe that the spiders are going to go from $585. I believe they're going to go down here to, let's say, $510. And if you truly believe that, what you can do is go to your broker and borrow that stock. And the idea is when the stock goes down, and you're right, the stock drops from 523 down to 510, the person you borrowed it from, he owes you money. You won. So you have to go in and buy that stock now to pick up your $2,000 profit. When you do that, that pushes the stock up. And everybody who shorted, who believed the market was going to go down from 523, the S&P or SPY, down to 510, they're now all running in and want to take their profits. So as they keep buying their shares back, you have prices going up, but not the volume. Prices, yes, they're going up. But just because a stock is going up and price is going up, it doesn't mean volume is going up. In fact, in this case here, if you look down below here, this area right in here, it can tell you the volume is light over here. And this tells you that when you see this spread right here, money is coming out. Yes, the price of the stock is going up, but it doesn't have enough volume, enough buyers, that it will give itself up at some point. Now, we purchased here on the 5th, we purchased the semiconductors, and we purchased a basket of them. Instead of doing one, we purchased a basket, so we minimize our risk. And so we're up nicely with a nice profit in our semiconductors right now. So we have about a 10% profit. We also purchased, instead of going in, we bought all the tech stocks by buying XLK, which is an ETF, to manage our risk. So we purchased XLK. We did a good job. We caught it that very nicely. Again, the same thing. We caught it in this low area right here. I think it was around 192. But we have now in XLK a nice profit of about 9%. And we minimized our risk. Now, why did I go to ETS, where I bought all of the tech stocks, instead of one or two tech stocks? Because I could minimize my risk. Because what can happen when you're buying a stock after it drops big, 2,000 points, the market, and then starts going back up? If you don't have enough buyers, enough new money coming in, if you got more short covering money coming in than new money, you could wake up one morning and it could be gapped down. So, but again, we took advantage of this rally. But now the question is, how far can it go? And the big push came from, again, misinterpreting Walmart earnings and misinterpreting what is going on in the overall retail sales. As I told you, they didn't come in great. that 1%. It appeared it did, but it's only because of the automobiles. They were able to push 1 month into the next month. They never do that. So you got to be very, very careful. Also, what's going on too is you got to understand that 65% of the Walmart revenues, okay, are from groceries. And that tells you a lot. If you have the mid and higher end who are now going down to Walmart, and Walmart, is booming, they're there to buy groceries. That doesn't say a lot for the economy. Doesn't mean you got a soft landing. And I was stunned in what I heard from the Fake Business News Network and Secretary of Commerce Gina Raimondo, what she was saying, why this rally was so strong. She's talking how it all has to do with the strong consumer. What? The strong consumer? When 5 of the largest U.S. banks are saying just the opposite about the consumer? They have no means to pay back $4 billion of $17 billion they owe. So how could they be strong? More when I come back. Join my gang free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Check it out.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors
not as much.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
I think the economy's fine. The labor market's fine.
It's looking more and more like the U.S. inflation battle is done. Are you willing to go that far?
Absolutely.
That's not true. It's not. Okay? Just because we had a 2-day rally, everybody's so giddy. But as I explained to you, when you look under the hood, that retail sales number should have been 0.1%. But when it came in at 1%, I mean, it just throws everybody off. And the Commerce, the chairperson of Commerce, I mean, she should be telling the truth. She should be explaining to everybody what is going on. Don't let people go out and think that, hey, everything's fine when it's not. And so the Secretary of Commerce, remember, she was appointed by Harris. So I can see why she's in there pitching for Harris and she's not telling the truth. She should be saying, okay, we had this 2,000 point crash. It was caused not just by the carry trade, where Japan raised its interest rates. We still have a lot of serious problems out here. We really still don't know for sure what they're going to do with the interest rate. And every time they keep saying they're going to cut rates, and they did this, September will be 2 years, they never cut them. And every time they do that, it weakens the dollar. And what if they turn around and they don't cut them because there's still inflation? See, that's the thing. What people don't understand is that because you're not told the truth. When, as I said, I was just totally stunned when I heard the Secretary of Commerce, her name is Gina Raimondo, and when she was saying how we had that robust 1% and that robust 1% of retail sales, and she was in the Walmart number, she was giving credit to a strong consumer. Are you kidding? If the consumers were strong, they wouldn't be running to Walmart. And the other thing, the banks have come out and said the consumers are not strong. And the consumers and the banks pointed out the weakness in the consumers. And they've hit their 401ks, they have no savings. And don't forget, the labor market's very weak. Hours worked are being cut. See, this is not what she wouldn't say this, and I understand why, because she was appointed by Harris, so she's not going to tell the truth. And when she, as I said, I was stunned when she came out and gave the credit to this rally because of a strong consumer. If that was the case, then why is it that 74% of state voters out there? Think about. See, we had 74%. I want to make sure I get this right. 74% of swing state voters, and the Wall Street Journal poll said that inflation have moved in the wrong direction under Biden and Harris. Now get that again. Remember, they're saying inflation. This is a poll by the Wall Street Journal. It's moved in the wrong direction, meaning that you can have inflation coming down, but it doesn't mean. But again, if you come down from 34 to 30, that's not much of a move, and that's about what's happening. And also, inflation's not coming down in necessities. Like, for example, we still have a 44% increase in credit card debt. We have a 23% increase in food. And eggs alone are up 75%. A 54% increase in car insurance, 25% increase in home insurance, and a 22% increase in health insurance. And what the fake Business News Network said in the last few days, and the Secretary of Commerce said, well, the consumer is so strong that those increases, their wages are taking care of those increases. Their wages are stronger than the inflation. So they're passing on saying, which is a lie, if you're have an increase in credit card debt of 44% or an increase in food of 23%, that wages are keeping ahead of that inflation. That's not true. That's a bold-faced lie, but that's what they're selling. And to help sell it was this recent retail number and Walmart number. So again, just remember, the Walmart, when you see a booming Walmart and you see troubles with Ralph Lauren and all the high-end stores are not doing well, you know where they're going, so that can't be good. So to say that these price increases are being covered by wages, just insane. Just insane. And another falsehood is when they claim under Biden and Harris, full-time jobs, are passing part-time. Not true. Over a 5-month period, Biden and Harris have lost 1.8 million full-time jobs and were replaced with 950,000 part-time, low-paying service jobs. So how can the economy be doing well? So again, as I said, if you join my gang, and I've been doing this for 25 years, teaching. I've been trading stocks for 50 years. But if you join our gang here at Phil's Gang, we'll take care of you, and we'll show you how the market works. We'll show you how to short stocks. I mean, wouldn't it have been nice when that market was going down 2,000 points, you were shorting stocks with us, making money on the way down rather than losing money? You can't possibly make money in the stock market if you don't short. That's why 80% of people who are not professionals, they don't make money because they only buy stocks. And how frightened were you when the market went down? Now, the market's come back. Now, the Nasdaq's come back, I think, 35%. And the S&P's come back about all but, I think, 6%. Well, that doesn't mean it's over. Because, again, what we're going to teach you is watch the volume. Never mind this noise. Watch the volume. And if you follow the volume and you follow the money, you're going to know exactly if the stock you're in is going to come back down. You're going to know exactly, are we going to have another 2,000-point crash? You're going to know exactly, is Japan going to raise rates again? And there's a very, very high probability they will. Now, people say, yeah, but they said they're not going to raise rates again. Are you nuts? Believe in them? History tells you, Japan and China, whatever they tell you, you can't believe. And our dollar is getting weaker, not stronger. And if they don't, even if they don't, let's say they cut rates. At least they kept their promise. But they don't cut them enough. That's not good. The dollar will keep going down, and China and Japan will again raise their rates. They're forced to because they have to protect their yen. Dollar down, they got to make sure they push their yen, or when they loan it, the interest rate on that yen has to go up. So there's a lot of things out there going on that they don't let you know about. But we do. Every day we take care of our gang members, and they know what's going on. Every day we give you good stocks that work. And that's another problem that people don't understand. Every time you listen to these different financial networks, they always have a hot stock. Always have a hot stock. You're trading too many stocks. You're getting into too many stocks, too many different stocks. Professionals who make money, and again, there's only about 15 to 20% who do. The one reason they make money, they stay with about 6 stocks, the same 6 stocks all year long. And what is the advantage of that? By staying with the same 6 stocks, you become one. And when you get the skills to sell short that stock when it goes down so you're making money, the same skill when the stock goes up, you buy and make money, and you focus on just 6 stocks, you're going to be sitting there letting that buy signal come to you. 80% of people lose money because they chase stocks. Many of the stocks that rallied in the last 2 days, people are buying them today. What are you, nuts? You want to lose money? People are buying them at the top. NVIDIA, we shorted NVIDIA. We picked up about 22% profit shorting NVIDIA. Everybody thought I was nuts, but my members shorted NVIDIA. And remember, NVIDIA is the leader, not of just the tech stocks, but really all stocks. NVIDIA has gone up over 50,000% since 2009. You got to watch NVIDIA. You got to watch NVIDIA, because if NVIDIA breaks, this market's going to go down hard. See, these are the things that we teach you and we show you. And that way there, you're always going to be on the right side of the market. Every morning before we start, we have coffee talk. We tell you exactly what's going on, what's going to happen that day. And we give you a selection of our stocks that we stay right with you. And for new students, we set you up with 6 stocks. And every day we stay with you with those 6 stocks and train you and teach you. And we also teach you about the bond market. Most people don't understand the bond market. Well, you got to understand the bond market, because the bond market tells you if there's a high probability if the market's going to go up, or is there a high probability the market's going to go down. These are the things we talk about. So going back to, or talking about politics a little bit, which I don't like to do, but I have to. What's going on is crazy, crazy. So they're bringing out Harris, and I don't know what she's for. She flip-flops every which way. But they're being very successful in a remake of her. They really are. She could really win. She's talking really about price controls. Do you understand what price controls are? Price controls destroy an economy. Destroyed Venezuela. Destroyed Cuba. That's right. They're talking about, she is a communist. The two of them is a communist ticket. That's how they think. Price controls. When you start with price controls, it's over for your country. Then they're going to control every aspect of your life. So the best thing to do right now, whatever your investments are, make as much money as you can and put it away. Because if she wins, we're not in for good times, especially in the stock market. And that's why it's important to learn how to short the stock market. You know, it's amazing. The stock market is easy. It's really easy to make money. Yeah, it is. Everybody makes it complicated. If you put it on any financial show, you don't know what 90% of things they're talking about. Well, that's done on purpose, so you need somebody. You don't. Now, obviously, planning your estate, you need a planner, those kind of things. But for those people, okay, who want to manage their money, their own money, you can do it. In fact, one of the things we use for our customers, our gang members, and by the way, we serviced over 30,000 people, 30,000. We've been around 25 years doing this. But the one thing that's important is if all you did was use our charts, which we designed, which tell you when to buy and when to sell, they're really terrific. If all you did was the spiders, if you learned how just to buy the spiders and sell the spider shorts, that's all you did all year long, just the spiders, you would make more money in that spider ETF than you ever will make in your 401k. So again, get ready, learn how to short. You should always learn how to short anyways, but if Harris becomes president, you want to really learn how to short. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to